to write with. Lots of notes.
I'm going to scoot around onto this side. Because, yeah. You see that all right, Terry? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and leave yourself unmuted. Just don't talk.
Okay.
Okay. Side. Here. All right. So referral training today. Tony's asked me to do referral training because just to throw some numbers out there.
I thought Tony had something for you.
He had to run back to his office. That's the reason why it took me. I had to run back to his office for quick. Just some quick numbers. I've closed 12 cases. 12 cases. Of those 12 cases, 8 of them off referral. Okay, in the last 3 weeks. And I don't want to give you guys incorrect. So just real quick. Dan? Dan, will you grab that's printing real quick for me, please? The one that it should be coming up right now. So of those 12 cases, 8 of them off referrals. And there's a certain way that you do referrals. First off, you got to understand what a referral is, right? How do you get it? What do you do? This is what we're going to go over. We're going to go over what is a referral. Okay. We're going to go over how do you get a referral. We're going to go over when do you run a referral. Can you guys see the board? Fine. And then I'm going to go over how do you work a referral. Okay, because referrals are great. I'm as bad as anybody. I've gotten plenty of referrals over the years. For those that are just sort of learning who I am, I've been around for 12 years. I've closed hundreds of cases. I was over in Springfield, Missouri, relocated to Springfield, Illinois. A lot of my business that I have closed over the years is actually off referrals because there's no better lead than referral. And I stand corrected because without what is you don't have paperwork, right? So I've closed 13 cases, 9 of which off of referrals. So I wasn't counting this one until I got this. So I have now closed 13 cases, 9 off of referrals. You see that, Terry? That's another closed case there off of referral. So what is a referral? Okay. A referral, it is when a client gives you a specific name, place of business, and an in with that person. Okay. Say that again. It is when a client gives you a specific name, place of business, and an in with that person. Okay. What is an in? There's ins that you can get many different ways, but it all boils down to 3 different kinds of ins. An in, one type of in, is tell so-and-so I sent you. What does that mean? What does that mean, Amanda?
Basically tell them that you can name drop that business owner's actual name and business.
Yes. So, hey, Diana. Amanda sent me up here. I do the benefits down there at XYZ company. And she wanted me to introduce myself to you. That's what a tell so-and-so I sent you is. Okay. You can also get that list. There's many different ways to get the names too. One of which is the radius referral. Hopefully you all are using that. Another type of in, it is an immediate call or text. Okay, an immediate call or text. Hey, Mark. Had fun here today. Had great participation. I know your brother works across town. You got a minute? Do you mind to call Joe Bob up there and just let him know the time he's going to be stopping in from Globe to introduce himself?
Sure, Tom. Glad to.
I appreciate that. So I'm staying right there with him as he's making that phone call. 2 reasons. One, I want to sort of dictate that conversation. Hey, you know, I brought something sweet to you, things like that. 2, I want to see how the conversation went. I want to see actual what the dictation of that conversation was. Okay. Oh, just to back up, because I haven't done a presentation yet, but this is what we're going to do. First 15 minutes, I'm going to present, go over this. 15 minutes, we're going to role play, and the last 30 minutes is going to be Q&A. So that's how this is going to be ran. So everybody in here, be prepared to ask questions and be interactive. And if you don't want to be interactive too bad, I'll make you interactive. And the third one is someone they do business with, and they say that they'll put in a good word. What does that mean, Craig?
The next time they see whoever XYZ business they do use, they'll say, hey, you know what? I just talked to Tommy at Globe Life, and they have really good benefits. We work with them, and you know, you may want to check them out too.
That's exactly what that one is. Someone they do business with that they say that they'll put a good word in for you. That one takes a little bit of time to percolate. Priority, but not as high of a priority. You don't need to go straight from that business across town, because it's going to take them a little bit to need that nut, bolt, washer, widget, whatever it is from that company. So when would be a good time to run it? I'm sorry. Chris, thank you. Christopher, yeah, that's it. Chris, when would be a good time to run that? Or how are you going to run it though?
Will you follow up? Oh, sorry.
Mallory, you've been out in the field a little bit. You're having a little bit of success. When would be a good time to run that?
So I would say a few weeks later, after they've already done this.
Okay.
So like, if there's a distribution company, they distribute to
Okay.
around.
And you want to also plan other activity around that, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to just go there for that. Maybe 2 weeks down the road, you're wanting to work, and I'm just throwing stuff out there. Piedmont. And that's where that is, Piedmont. So you know that one's going to take a little bit to percolate. Put it on your that thing that we send in.
10 blocks.
Thank you. Put it on your 10 blocks, right? Okay, and keep those notes. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to everybody?
So, hold on.
So
So,
those leads around, sorry.
Yeah, build leads around it.
so that's one that's farther away.
Yeah, that one takes a little bit of time to percolate. Yes. Just simply because they're waiting to do business with that. The business owner is waiting to do business with the other business.
Sure.
And it's probably not going to be that day.
Gotcha.
So that's a good warm lead to put into your book of business on your 10 blocks for efficiency.
Have you ever run into a case where they kind of forgot, you know, because that happens too, they forget about letting their business part of their.
Yes, I have. Now I'll address that
Okay.
in the Q&A, because that's a good question that a lot of people ask. So of these 3, let me ask you, Diana, which is the best referral here?
Well, I would prefer the top one,
Okay.
because then I have more control over how it goes,
Okay.
but the immediate call and text is probably really good too.
So if you had to
Because
choose one,
I would go with the first one, that would be the one I
Okay.
would run first.
is that what everybody would say?
Immediate second one. Because it's immediate.
Yeah, the immediate call, definitely. Immediate call, because that fire up on your butt, you got to go. Especially because there is, write this down, there is an expiration date on a referral. Same as there is an expiration date on a gift to a family member. Well, I got Joey this thing 2 months ago. I can't believe he's treating me like this now. He completely forgot about it. Well, because there's an expiration date on those gifts. There's an expiration date on that referral. Because guess what that is? That's a gift. There's an expiration date on gifts. Remember that. So I like this one. I definitely like this one. But any opportunity I get them to do the immediate phone call or text, they do. It's kind of hard to do. It's the golden ticket plus another golden ticket plus an ace in the hole.
That's a commitment there. If they're willing to pick up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't waste it because there sure is an expiration date on it. Okay. How do you get one? It does not take a rocket surgeon to figure this one out. And as a matter of fact, I expect everybody in here to know this so much that on the count of 3, including you, Terry, I want you all to answer at one time. 1, 2, 3. What? You ask for them? You ask for referrals? Are you saying, Mallory, that I'm not so cool that all of a sudden all these businesses, Tommy, you're the greatest thing ever. And I just want you to Ellie and Lucy and JoJo and Bobby Sue and everybody just go do it right now. They don't do that? Yeah, I know. I've been doing this 12 years. They don't. Do we get those sometimes?
Yeah.
I guarantee you get one. I guarantee you got one. I guarantee you got one. Have I gotten those before? Yeah. But do they come around very often? No, they really don't. You have to ask for them. Make sure to ask. When you ask, this is important. When you ask, have in mind specific businesses you're going to ask for, if at all possible. What do I mean by that, Terry?
The Radius referral would be good.
Radius referrals is a good plug there. What's another example, Terry? You saw
You're like
doing
staying within the same history. So, for instance, what you're doing the fire. You go one to the next.
Nope. Hey, Mark, I'm going to go get something to eat. You want something to eat? Sure. Okay. Now I got to ask what? Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Well, no, where do you want to go? What do you feel like? What kind of hamburger? Do you want a steak and shake hamburger? Do you want a pub hamburger? What kind of hamburger do you want? What's the difference between that and going, hey, do you know some people that you can send me to do business with?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. Be specific in what you're asking. Hey, Craig, I'm going to work with the other fire departments. Do you know Joe down at such and such? Yeah. Matter of fact, tell him I'm going to take his leg off and beat him with it. I had that exact thing said to me because one of my chiefs has one leg. He goes, yeah, I've known him and his dad. Tell him I'm going to take his leg off and beat him with it. Make sure you tell him I said that. Okay. Knock, knock, knock. Chief Don up there said that he's going to take his leg off, your leg off and beat you with it. Well, let me tell you what Chief Don's going to do. Be specific in what you're asking if at all possible. People like to make decisions. They don't like choices. We don't like that. Why are we asking other people to do it? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if I say, hey, I'm going to McDonald's, what would you like from there? I guarantee you know what you need from McDonald's. Everybody here's old enough that we eat the exact same damn thing, right? At almost the consistent restaurants. All right. When do you run a referral? Terry, when do you run a referral?
As soon as you possibly can, right away if possible.
Especially if it's a text or a call. Okay, once again, remember expiration date, expiration date. And you always go in person. Always, that goes without saying, but it's one of those things that like, oh yeah, go in person. If you can't get to them, I know sometimes you gotta, and remember, I speak of gross generalizations, not one-off situations. I can talk one-off situations all day, all night, all year, but I'm talking gross generalizations that will make you a lot of money, okay? You don't want to try to call them. If you don't reach them, just try to get back to them as soon as possible. You don't want to try to send them an email. You know, now, does it happen? Yes. As a general rule, no. All right. And then how do you work a referral? How do you work a referral? Well, that depends on what kind of referral you're looking. Okay. If it's a so-and-so sent me by, if it's a so-and-so sent me by, this is how I would do it. Okay. I go in. Hey, Mark, Craig up there at XYZ Company sent me down here. I do the benefits up there at XYZ Company. Actually, I also do the benefits, especially if it's in the same industry, because that's what I've been doing. Same industries. There's a lot of power in that. Okay. Municipalities, blue collars, fire departments, you know, same industries because of why. Why would you think?
And say you could buy something around like that they were interested in.
Familiarity.
It's almost a reference.
They know one another. They know one another. They have to go to all the same meetings. Okay. So I do the benefits up there at XYZ Company with Craig. And I also do HIJ Company over there in Arnold. I also do, you know, and we've been partnered with them for 4 years. Honestly, you're one of the few people that, you know, that I've got left. I'm Tommy with Globe Life, and I go on to 32nd Marshall. If you have a few minutes, I'd like to show you how I've been able to help all of them. Okay. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And then typically he comes back with, or she comes back with, so what do you do up there? Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Just like when you ask them if they have, what do they have in place of life insurance benefits? You hope that they say, hey,
They don't have any or just.
Right.
Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
nothing. Well, what's my favorite saying, you guys?
That's a
That's
great
why I'm
question.
here.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. So ask me, what do you do up there?
What do you do?
Well, that's why I'm here. Got 10, 15 minutes. I'll show you how I've been able to help Craig up there. And just button seat, button seat. Do you know what my DM conversion rate is? DM scene rate is?
60%
No.
higher.
Yeah.
90.
Yeah. There's only one that I haven't seen.
For referrals.
Full referrals, all those referrals. Okay. There's only one I haven't seen because of that referral.
So
Okay.
Tommy, we, in a way, Deanne controlled the accounts that I have, you know, in my area.
Mhm.
Do you ever go into a business and say, listen, you know, I have these, we do business with them already. Do you start off with, though you actually didn't get an explicit referral and not even a name drop, you're just matter of factly saying that, hey, we do business with these XYZ company, all these concrete companies in my area.
Oh, yeah. That one's hard to answer, Mark. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with name dropping. It's
Yeah.
just that doesn't count as a referral.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Yeah, that doesn't count. That's not exactly a referral.
That doesn't
And-
give you
and-
credibility.
Yeah.
When you're doing just regular walk-ins.
Yeah, and that's okay to do. However, I'm guessing that's unfortunate because I've been around so long. I do know the business with. Why? Because I've been to most of them, besides the ones that the people in this room have closed in the last 3 to 4 years. So any case that's been on the book, at least 5 years or more, I've either called, been to, had billing discrepancies with, because I had to go through all that when I first came here. So I know that. However, that's one of those things as a newer agent, you've got to learn and you got to take mental notes of the places you've been to, who are all franchises. But there's no specific list that Deanne is going to create for you or Amanda can get for you. That's just sort of the growing pains of a new agent. That will make you much better. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Phone call or text. Hey, Roscoe, I'm Tommy. Jojo called you a couple of. Okay, so call or text. Somebody, Mark called you specifically, Amanda. Hey, Amanda, I'm Tommy. What a globe. Mark just called you a few hours ago. Was talking to you about how I do what I do up there. Keep it as simple as possible. As simple as possible. When they make the phone call or text, very simple. Hey, Mark called you earlier. I'm the guy you called about. You got a few minutes.
Perfect. I love that.
Straight to the point with that one. Because it's a golden ticket.
Right.
Why oversell it? That's another thing I had to learn in my years. Took me a few years to understand and learn that. And everybody, and none of you've heard me say this before about how everybody thinks they're kind of special. Like I'm not special. You go into a place and you're like, hey, Amanda, Mark sent me up here and I do benefits and I'm saying a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of words and this and that. I sound great. I look even better. And you know what? The way it sounds in my head sounds amazing. Let me over talk this.
Right. You can talk yourself out.
Talk yourself out of the sale. Don't do that. You virtually got the sale. You've got to keep it going that direction.
Because how you get the buy is like and trust. So you're bypassing that with the phone call or text. So you already have the you already have the trust. So you can get that. Just go off of that.
And I will say, I have implemented our 3 objection overcoming 3 objections.
3 ask approach.
3 ask.
Yeah.
Thank you. 3 ask approach. And there's quite a few times I did have to use that, but I can only remember really one time where I actually had to get the third ask to sit down. Because referral is so strong.
In that situation, would your goal be not to do your third segment? Like literally just trying to get them to sit down because you've been kind of already.
Is this being recorded? I will refer to your agency director, your regional agency director, for the answer to that right there.
Thank you.
No, it's a good question. I'll respond back to that later in the Q&A session. And then the last one. I'll tell Roscoe next time that I see him that you're the guy that he needs to bring in there to do his insurance stuff. Okay. Once again, this one takes a little bit of time to percolate. Put this in with your other things, your 10 blocks, and make sure you're not just going there for that you're prospecting in the area and getting your 15 to 20 walk-ins, and that's part of it. So, make me laugh. But how I do this one, okay, after a while. Hey Chris, Tommy with Globe. I do the benefits over there with Mark. You might have talked with him a little bit. And the thing is, I know what company you have, and I know what company he has. So I implement what he does with you. Does that make sense? So for example, I have a gas hose company that needs fittings. And I said, hey, I work with Marty up there, RL, you know, and I know he does a lot of business with you, and he's got to get a bunch of fittings from you. And he seemed like every couple of weeks. Have you saw him the last couple of weeks? Well, good. Hopefully it's good things coming for him. Sort of 50-50. So I implement what the businesses do with one another.
So it gives you credibility.
Gives me credibility. A, I'm paying attention. B, what I'm saying is legit. Okay, because I wouldn't know RL does gas lines unless I do business with RL that does gas lines.
Right.
Because obviously I got that information from where? From RL, right? Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Stop. Oh, okay. Tony's texting me. So that being said, all good. Okay, so a little bit of role play. Okay, I'll go with you guys as which one you want first. Chris, you're noticing here. Of the three situations, what are the three situations? What are the three types of ends? Speak up, guys. Come on.
Well, I thought you were asking Chris.
Everybody. What's the three situations? Yelled out.
Tell so-and-so.
Tell so-and-so.
Phone call, text.
Phone call, text.
Next time I see.
Next time I see. Okay. Which one is the best one? Call or text. Followed right behind by. Okay. When should you run them? Immediately. Okay. Next time I see them. Okay. It takes a little bit to percolate, right? So which one do you guys want to see?
All of them.
Okay. Tell so-and-so I sent you. Mallory, stand up. Donna, you're a gatekeeper.
Am I being a gatekeeper?
Yeah, you're good right there. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Kathy up at number 6 actually sent me down here to see Mallory. We told her the Tommy said.
She's kind of busy right now.
I know, right? So, now for real, if you do me a big favor, let her know the Tommy said, and I think that by far is on.
Yes, yes.
Hello. Say, what can I help you with?
Yeah, you're a busy business owner.
Yeah, what realistic?
Yeah, you're having success. You closed the case already. You know how this works. Let's do it. Because do it in here, we'll do it out there. So,
What can I help you with?
cards are hot, aren't they? That's what Kathy was saying up there. Kathy up there, number 6, actually sent me down here to introduce myself to you.
Okay.
I do employee benefits up there. We've actually partnered with them for a while. And honestly, they're like one of the best districts that I have talked to that in Jefferson County. You got a few minutes? If you got 10-15 minutes, I'd like to show you how I've done that. Everybody else.
Okay.
All right.
Was I supposed to?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean,
You said the 3 asking.
well, you can give me another. Go ahead and give me another objection.
I don't really have time right now.
You know what? I typically work by appointment myself. Matter of fact, I've got to go see Kevin down at number 3 here in about an hour. He said that you guys just did Oh, you guys just did a water meter system out there on Sunshine, didn't you? Oh, anyway, sorry. The reason why I know that is because that's my water district too. So, if you don't mind, I will be back in about an hour and a half. I got to go to another one. I got to go see Joyce. Would 12:30 work for you?
Yes.
Okay. That's how I do it. And all that was legit conversation. Another thing I do with the biggest thing with referrals, and this is so important, it's the same industry. So I can have that conversation.
You tie it all together.
Tying it all together.
Exactly, she's like, oh, he works with them, they work with them, so.
Especially if somebody like Kathy, who has 44 years in the business, you know, everybody knows her. So, that is tell so. Media, call, or text. Craig, you're my business owner. Okay. Amanda, my gatekeeper. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, what can I help you with?
Have you always been a Diet Coke drinker?
No, not really.
Did you drink Coke at one time? Switch to Diet Coke?
Probably as a kid.
Tell me off. For some reason, my best friend, he's always been a Diet drinker, and he will not drink anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I like Diet Sprite, actually.
Diet Sprite.
I guess it's Sprite Zero.
Or you can drink Diet Coke. It tastes more like Coke.
Actually, that's really good.
Can you do me a favor? Will you let Craig know the time, sir?
And who are you with?
I'm with Globe. I work up there at 6. Kathy sent me down here to talk with Craig.
Okay, what can I tell this in regards to?
Employee benefits that I help Kathy can actually can over a 10 as well.
Okay. All right. Chief?
Well, hello, sir.
How are you? What can I help you with?
Well, I'm down here because Miss Kathy sent me down here to introduce myself to you, and I believe you just got off the phone with her a couple hours ago, right?
I did. I know Kathy very well, actually.
She's an awesome lady. She's been around like 40 something years. How long have you been around?
About 30.
So you're not exactly a new kid on the block.
No.
If you have 10, 15 minutes, I'd like to show you what I do up there with Kathy.
I would, but actually I've got a meeting in about 10 minutes.
In about 10 minutes. I typically work by appointment myself. So I have a little bit of time here, probably 12:30, right after lunch. If you don't mind, I'd love to show you what I've done up there with Kathy. You know, I know that was important to her to send me down.
Sure. No, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll see you at 12:30.
All right.
So that's a phone call, that's a text. Keep it simple. If I got to talk a little bit. I want you guys to notice something I did with Amanda on that. Did you guys pick up on it?
I saw a little.
Build a little rapport. You should do that with, build a little rapport. But she gave me something I had to have a little extra credibility with, right? Did you notice that she sort of gave me a little bit of back talk, if you will?
Yeah, because she asked like, who are you with? What's in
Yeah.
regards to?
So I don't word vomit. Don't ever word vomit. Don't ever shoot all your bullets at one time.
That's what I always say. You've heard me say, hide your cards. Like you don't want to give up everything that you do. You want to leave them kind of wondering because you don't want them to make that decision and block you.
Yeah, because if you throw everything out there, because I know all this information. She doesn't need to know all this information. I just need her to know the information that I want her to know to get me to Craig. Does that make sense?
Well, she needs to know is that she's, someone's already talked to me and I'm expecting you to show up.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I did. And I didn't throw everything out there one time. So last one's the stop by in a little bit. So it's been a couple weeks. I've got enrollment in that area. I've got other appointments in that area. I'm stopping in. Hey, Chris. You're the decision maker. Okay. Because something else I'm noticing is that with referrals, a lot of the times I don't have a gatekeeper for some reason. Like I'm getting right to the decision maker. Oh, I know why that is. Because I walk in and I typically say, hey, you're Chris, aren't you? Mark over there at RL actually does business with you guys. He gets the fittings from you. And I've been working with RL for the last 7 years. And I wanted to stop and introduce myself and show you what I do up there with Mark. You got 10, 15 minutes, but I'd like to go over what it is that we do. Well, I'd love to. However, the stuff that I can explain it in 10 minutes, whereas sometimes an email might take an hour and a half. And, Marty down there at RL. It takes Mark down there at RL. He's not exactly computer savvy, as he openly says it, which is why he sent me over to you. Okay, well, I've got time. If you got 10, 15 minutes now, we can go over now, or I can come back in 1:30. We can do it now. Okay, so see what I did there with the email and the referral, because referrals are different because you can kind of poke fun. Marty, Mark's not real good, not real computer savvy, which is why he sent me down here. So rather than sending stuff over to you, he wanted me to come down and go over it in person.
That was not a question or answer per se, but in that scenario, if, for instance, Mark hadn't had a chance to talk to him yet.
Okay.
In this case, Chris says, Mark hadn't said nothing to me.
Well, that's why I'm here. I do the benefits over there at RL, and he speaks very highly of it. And I just wanted to show you what I've been doing for the last 7 years over at RL down here at ABC. That's why I'm here. So I answered everything. I can't stand insurance people. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
You smell funny. Well, that's why I'm here. I hate the duck. Well, that's why I'm here. We don't have benefits. Well, that's why I'm here. Well, my dog bit me. Well, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, we've tried this before.
Yeah, I tried this before. Well, that's why I'm here. I got a dog that bit me too. So.
Well, the other thing that body language is so important. We long time ago talked about it. I read somewhere it's 97% of communication is body language, 3% is actually the words that come. So it's you could say the exact same thing, but if you notice when he was talking to him, when he gave pushback, he pushed right back with the same amount of confidence. And I think that goes a long way. Instead of being you retreat kind of oh, okay, well, no, stay confident in what you're trying to do, which is why you were I got playful with it, bringing up, Marty at RNL or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get a lot of blockers, your gatekeepers blocking you? The only reason I'm asking, the last time I went out to do my referrals, most of them weren't there, so it's not really blocking, but they do ask a lot of questions. So then you're kind of trying to hide your cards, right? Not really give them very much information. But then also you're trying to figure out when is a better time. I was doing my questions that Bruce is
Do I get, okay, so what exactly is your question? Do I get a lot of opposition?
From your gatekeeper.
I get gatekeeper doing gatekeeper stuff, being gatekeepery, just
So you just keep pushing.
yeah, I'm respectfully, Diana, and I'm thinking in my head, respectfully, Diana, this person who has 10 times more experience in the business sent me down here to talk to the person that is your boss. That's what's in my head. So, so be gatekeeper. Go ahead.
Nice. Okay.
Hey, would you tell Craig that Kathy sent me down here to see Craig? Is Craig available?
What are you here for?
I do employee benefits up there as well as over at 3.
We already have benefits.
Well, that's awesome. It shows that Craig cares, and that's why I'm here. Is he available?
No, he's not.
Okay. Well, when's the best time to catch him? Is it first thing in the morning or in the afternoon? Because it was really important for Kathy. And you use a name that they know. They're this person needs to speak with.
Yeah.
But I don't get that much of that.
I think mine.
I will get it. I will get it.
Yeah.
And it is very possible because sometimes gatekeepers just like that role.
They get excited
They
about
enjoy
their
it
power.
way too much.
Yeah.
When I was trying to tell them, sometimes you get where they're like testing you, like a little bit, like, and so you have to push back with the equal amount of energy of like, I'm confident in what I'm doing. I promise I won't waste your time. And then they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Versus like, sometimes they're, because then you got to think somebody, like business owners, they're judging, okay, their time is their money. Like, okay, should I give this person 15 minutes?
And cut off their excuses. Become a professional at that. I know I'm just popping in right now, Amanda, but Kathy wanted me to see Chris. Okay, because one of their oppositions is how much time is this going to take, blah 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 blah. Be professional. Excuse takeawayer. You know, just like dealing with the kids. You know what they're going to say. You know, they know their electronics is supposed to be up at 8 o'clock. I know you're about to say that you were doing this, but you should have done that actually at 7. Right? So.
When a gatekeeper like asks you what's regarding you saying employment.
You're going to have to speak up just a hair more. I'm old and listen to a lot of loud music.
I said whenever a gatekeeper asks you what it's regarding, you say employee benefits.
Yeah, employee benefits. Because I'm proud to do it. I'm proud of what I do. I paid a claim on a 9-year-old girl that had a lump on her neck, on her spine. I was proud of that. I paid $100,000. I didn't. Liberty paid a $100,000 claim on a 38-year-old COVID patient a couple weeks ago. I'm proud of shit at what I do. You know, I'm handicapped, and this business gives me the ability to help other people. You wouldn't know that I'm handicapped, but that's why I'm here, because I was hit by a drunk driver. Now I walk with a limp. Now I get to help other people. And you know what? Respectfully, Miss Gatekeeper, I don't know what kind of day you're having, but I'm pretty cool to deal with. And whatever agent's going to come in there, they're not going to be as cool, and they're not going to be as knowledgeable, and they're not going to be as helping as me. And I tell you what, if you're going to do that, I don't want to be here. I go in with that confidence everywhere I go. And it's not arrogance.
No, it's not.
It's not arrogance at all.
It's confidence.
So, and if they want to do that, and I was going to say this one, but one of the places I had a referral to, the gatekeeper, she actually was a total bitch to me when I called her. I said, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. She missed out. Not me. She missed out. I've closed 13 cases in the last 3 weeks. You know what I mean? So it's just having a confidence in what we do. There's no arrogance to it, but I'm here for a reason. So-and-so that knows everybody sent me, and I can give you the same quality and care. And I tell you, you're probably not going to find another agent that cares as much as I do. To answer your question, I know that was sort of a long way around too.
Well, that goes back to what the webinar was saying about like belief. Like you have to believe in what you're doing. And all this is a transfer of belief. So when somebody's sure of themselves and you can't doubt it, you know what I mean? Like you can tell you love what you do, and you know you're confident in yourself. Like you want to deal with me because I will take care of you.
Mhm.
And it's just you're very sure of yourself. People can they just buy into that, you know.
Mhm.
It's a transfer of belief.
Transfer of belief, you know, and when that business owner is making a decision to bring somebody in that can possibly help or hurt their business, because there are bad agents, right? That sort of that hurt things, and you talk with a confidence, with no arrogance, with a confidence that you know what you're doing. They know that they're making a good decision. People like to make good decisions. Mark, what question you got for me?
Sure. So basically, we start off with the radius referrals because, okay, we're asking for the referrals. So as I'm showing a list of businesses within 3 to 4 miles around him, would you recommend? It seems like you're recommending that I stay within that industry specific, or does it matter? One could be you could have a supplier relationship here, so it could be a total. It may not be in the industry.
In your small town farmer, central Illinois, southern Illinois, you don't have to at all, because everybody in that town knows everybody, regardless of what industry it is. You know, because, and I know we don't do post offices and stuff, but this is just make it easier for my mind. Everybody at the city hall knows who works at the post office. Who works at the post office knows who runs the diner. The diner knows where they get their corn feed from, because there's only one feed store. Who's at the feed store? The people is the older guy who worked with the kids on the football team at the school. The school knows who the police are. You know what I'm saying? Your small town, they're going to know one another. That's perfectly fine. Now you get to a bigger area, and there's a lot of your governmental, and I'm totally disclosing secrets, and I know Amanda's taking all these mental notes right now. A lot of your government entities they're all independent, but they all work together. Does that make sense? That makes sense, man. She's like, thank you.
Thank you. You know, I pay attention to detail.
So Tommy, so I'm sitting there, I got that list of like, let's say 12 places. When narrow the list down, I go, okay, Tommy, you know these guys, can you call them up for me?
Hey, Mark. I'm going to these businesses, these top 5 businesses right here. Okay, do you know or specifically do business with any of them?
Yes.
Okay. Do you deal with do you deal with ABC company here?
No, but the one above it.
With the one above it? How well you know?
Oh, like one.
Oh, well, you probably have his phone number. Will you do me a favor? Can you give him a shot real quick and just let him know? Because I'm actually getting ready to go over there. You mind giving him a call?
Yeah, sure. That's great.
That's exactly what I do. Be specific, because I'm what? I'm specific. Specific. What did you order from McDonald's, Mallory? Exactly what you always get, right? If I say, hey, let's go eat. Do you want to eat somewhere? What are you going to say? What do you want to eat? You know, be specific. Be specific. Craig Madsen.
Yeah, that was actually kind of the question that I was.
You're next.
Actually, how you work that around off the list itself. Just being specific. Okay, do you know, and how well? If you know any of these businesses, how well do you know them? And then, been known them for 30 years. Hey, would you mind giving them a call real quick? I'm gonna go there next. Give them a heads up. I'm headed that way.
Go. Yeah, that's exactly how I do that. Okay. Terry? Unmute you.
So when you reference how you ask for referrals, you're saying, okay, so, hey, Joe, I work with this business. I've done something with it for 3, 4, 7 years. Lately, you've been referring from a business that you literally just walked in, you just closed, and then you refer. So how do you don't have that time to build up that relationship. You don't have that time to say, look what good service I've given you. Do you want to refer me to somebody? But what are you using? Like how do you credibility to be able to go to that next business with no track record?
So a referral from one company to another that I have no history with the other business that much, right?
From the referring business, yeah.
Likability, knowing things.
You get till 2:30, bro. Yes, I mean, this I think it's got no value today. Than going over wins and all that challenge. So you still have time.
Are we still doing the Javier phone call?
Yeah, so 2:30.
Okay.
We'll just meet down in my office. Say, but good to go. Reflection.
That's where you're on your PAC calls. Okay. You're supposed to do a little bit of research on your PAC calls, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where that comes into play. Because you've got to use a little bit of likability there. You can use their name. And you can use, hey, I just came from down there. You still use the referral, but also have a little more ammo about the business to
No,
tie
but
it in.
tell me how you're, so I understand that end of it. Tell me how you're asking for it. Like you just, yeah, great. You listen to me. We're going to sign you up. You know, somebody else.
I don't think I understand your question.
So I'm asking, like, you're asking the person that you just closed with,
Oh,
right? You
yeah.
haven't enrolled them yet, but you're asking for a referral. But
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't have any track record to see if, hey, did I make a good decision?
Okay. Is it this, is first off, is the same industry as I've been going to?
That's what you've been doing. So yeah,
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's what I would use in that. Now, if it's not the same industry that I've been going to, I would still go over and use it, run the referral just like I would any other referral. I wouldn't openly be like, yeah, Amanda just partnered up with me over there. Oh, that's how I take it. That jogs my memory. So I take the referral, I close that case, right? That's how I use that referral. I just partnered up with Amanda over there. Now she sent me down here to introduce myself to you. Let me show you what she's excited to help her employees with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you're talking about the other steps. Okay, so I just partnered with Amanda. I'm here with you, and you've listened to me, and you like what I have, and we're going to partner together. Now I want to get, like, in the close. Are you asking for that referral? Are you waiting till you enroll?
I feel that out. If Amanda gave me 7 minutes and that was it, I'll walk away from getting a referral. If she gave me 70 minutes and she still is wanting me there and showing me pictures of her kids and dogs, and she's wanting me to do an Ironman with her, then I'm going to ask, because first off, I want to get back to business and get the hell out. And obviously she's there for the conversation. You see me work with the fire chiefs. They love telling the history of each department. You're in between a sneeze. What's going on?
It's internet, so we're frozen.
Oh, yeah, you're out there in the middle of the ocean somewhere. So does that make sense? I'm not afraid to walk away from a referral too. It's you've got to have enough experience to know your audience. If they literally have given you 7 minutes and you got, I mean, I've walked out having paperwork in less than 10 minutes with a referral. Okay. If they're only going to give you that 10 minutes on 11, you're about to lose it. I'm getting the hell out. If they give you 60,
You can tell if you overstepped your.
yeah, don't wear out your welcome.
Goes back to don't do the TMI.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Once you make the sale, shut up. For real.
Questions now.
Yes.
So the radius referrals, are you very specific? Because I know you said like have specific businesses. So like because I know you're kind of new to the app. Are you pulling them from Sales Genie and printing them, or do you handwrite them? Or are you not gonna tell us?
Do you do a radius at all, or do you just? say-
I'm doing exactly as my agency director has instructed me and has pulled those leads for me.
Oh, so
So you have help, somebody's doing it.
somebody else is doing the radius.
Terry has been an excellent teammate, as well as Derek as a director, to show me how that radius referral networking really
Does radius,
efficient.
but do you use the radius? I know you get referrals based on like,
I feel everybody should use the radius referral because it's a very good tool.
right, because you just.
However, it is a very good tool that I think everybody should use. Okay.
Yeah, you're bought into it, you're just not you, because you're using the same industry right now,
Yeah.
and you're on this roll with it.
Yeah, and the radius referral, it's the same thing as what I've gotten, except for you're just pulling it from Epic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, where are you pulling it from? You're just looking at it.
Well, I think we need to.
I've got names, like,
You just ask this.
yeah.
Okay.
Like,
It's the old way. You've just been more successful at it.
Like if he's working with fire districts, he researches probably other fire districts and asks about them.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
Right, like what we
Or
would.
like, why, you know,
Yeah.
or they got, like he was saying, the government entities, so, you know, like, oh, you're the city of
I was
Ocala.
given the list. I was given the list. Names, addresses, phone numbers, and the person in charge. And I go right down it. So
A list of what?
the industry's people to be, the decision makers for all the other people in that industry.
From one of your decision makers?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I've got that at 2 different industries. So as I go into a different industry, is to have a network of people, I'm asking for that network of people. You know, I can't find the other one.
You say,
And-
just gave me this list with your name on it?
No.
Okay.
No,
Just, yeah.
hell no.
Okay.
I say exactly what I've been saying. Kathy sent me down here.
Okay.
Because another thing I did do. Let's see, that's so bad. You're
Yeah,
trying.
it's-
Yeah.
It's fine, Tommy, I'm happy for you. I really am. I'm not kidding.
But this is what I've done. This is what I do. This isn't new, guys. I know a few of you in here, this is the most you've ever seen me talking here, but I'm not new. Okay. This isn't new how I do this. This is how I've done it for a long time, because there's no better lead than a referral. Okay. What I do up front is I will ask, hey, Kathy, do you mind if I go around and introduce myself to all the other districts? No, as a matter of fact, tell them I sent you. Thank you.
Nice.
Cha-ching. For real. Like, I am floating out of there. I can't wait. My car drives very fast and very, it handles well. And I use it because I can't wait to get by all of them. Restructuring my day, and it's just when you get into different industries, that's just how it is. School districts, a lot of your, superintendents, they know one another. Isn't that weird how Illinois, each school has its own decision maker, but Missouri, the superintendent is the decision maker for the entire school? It's so weird how that is. I never, until I moved to Illinois, I'm like, elementary school, middle school.
Seems like a lot of a waste of.
It does.
It is.
A consortium possibility, really. So, Chris, question.
Pretty much hit it over there.
Damn.
Can you talk about preparation though? Cause
This is my notes. You can see that.
I do.
I love
Not
that.
specific to
you pulled that hammer out.
No, I got 2.
Oh, I see.
I got 2.
Oh my God. No, but you do prepare yourself like, let's say you're enrolling or you've closed, like in your mind, you have thought, like, let's say you're doing clean, because right now you're working, so you're in the middle of working all these referrals, but like, let's say you just closed a city in an area you haven't been, it's the only thing. So you start with the municipality, you're gonna go in, you're like, okay, I'm gonna enroll, this is going really well, I'm doing the blue book, I'm wrapping it up, I'm gonna ask for referrals to start like a whole new referral tree. You've got to be doing some type of research of like, okay, I'm going to specifically ask about the surrounding cities, counties, maybe, is that what you like to prepare? Or are you like?
That is good to do that. In essence, yes. But this actually brings me to a point of something that I've always done. I've been asked this. I used to get asked this a lot by new agents of, I can have a conversation with anybody about just about anything. And I feel that's very important. Going back to Joe, wrote, like, I love to learn about things I don't know about. And I love when you find that geek in that certain field, geeking out with them. That makes sense? I don't care what it is. Trash cans, furniture, skydiving, boating across, whatever, free soloing, I love geeking out with that person about it. And that a lot of times has taught me, has given me that avenue to figure out the network of certain businesses.
Okay.
Like grain elevators. When I first moved to Illinois, I didn't know anything about farming. I mean, I hear 100 acres in Missouri, and you're like, oh my God, that's a lot. Guys in Illinois call anything less than 1,000 acres small. I didn't know that before a seed touches the ground, that it's the ground and the seed are manipulated 11 times before they touch one another. Isn't that crazy? But it's things like learning about things like that. That's where I would learn about grain elevators and how the networks work together, and how a lot of your farming industries, there might be co-ops of this. So what is a co-op? What, how does that work? Or how does that this? I learned something. I try to learn something every day I don't care about. Does that make sense? Why? Because business owners care about stuff. And if I can have a conversation about it, it just makes me different than you, because you couldn't have a conversation.
Right. So then you kind of, through talking about it, you're like, okay, I could ask about this and ask about that, and that's how you come up with the referrals you're gonna ask for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you just directly ask too. I mean, directly ask, so who all does, you were asking me about that one. You thought it was, it was 99 Ks. Yeah. First off, I don't do 99 cases. Is that right, Derek? So you asked me about one of my cases. It's not a 99 case. I didn't know how all that worked. And then by the time I realized how it worked, Amanda was here and she was working a couple of others that Sean, I think. Sean?
No, he closed it at Pittsburgh.
Sean Knapp is the general.
Yeah, that Sean.
He oversees Cloverleaf, but they do their own thing. And
right.
Mount Vernon do their own thing, but it's all part of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so I learned about that. Went from that. Networking part of it.
Right.
So does that make any sense? Does that make sense? Mallory, any questions?
So when you do your presentation,
Uh-huh.
and then you close it, are you asking referrals right then, or do you wait till after you enroll?
Presentation to close the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any closed case. Any closed case.
So I came to Amanda off a referral. Excuse me. And we just sat down and I just got paperwork.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, are you asking for the referral right then, or are you waiting until after you enroll?
I would say
and then
after.
If it's the same industry.
Depends how long. So
Yeah, it depends on how long I was there. If I was there 7 minutes, then I'm getting out. I was there 70 minutes. I want to take it back to business because we're not talking about business for 70 minutes. B, obviously she's comfortable enough with me to give me a referral, especially if it's in the same industry. Car dealerships, for example. A lot of car dealerships work together with one another. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Craig? Time is
2:05.
2:05.
I had a question about the fire station, but it's not a referral question, so I'll give you.
No, that's not.
Go ahead. We can learn from it. We're all here.
Well, I noticed, one thing talking with fire districts, a lot of times they don't have very many full-time employees, most of them are part-time.
Right.
How do you approach that aspect to it. Let's say, well, for instance, Marion, they have like 70 employees, but there's only 3 full-time.
First off, do they? Okay, this is another. This answer will also help you with kind of a referral thing too, in the knowing the objection before you say it. What do all fire departments have? What all ambulance districts have? Like, how do they work?
The board.
Huh?
Just the board.
Like their shifts,
Oh, 24 on, 48 on.
24, 48s, right? They all do that. So when you use that referral and say, hey, chief, I know you guys work 24, 48s, and especially if I've already got another one booked, I'll go, this is what I'm doing for them. I'm coming in Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, because then I'll get C shift, C crew, A crew, and then B crew on Thursday. So I'm already addressing that. But to answer your question, do they work 28 hours or more? You know, it's
On call, strictly, they only get paid if they get called out.
that's no, walk away, run, don't mess with it. You're asking for an administrative nightmare, you will lose that case. Because if there's any way to keep it, I wouldn't know how to keep it. So I've lost plenty. You know?
That's the challenge. Unfortunately, that's the challenge with a lot of them. That's the way they're set up.
Mhm.
They have one person per shift.
One person per shift and they have PRN. Yeah.
And then
On-call people.
yeah.
And then they get paid
That's
as, that's just how you deal with that. Terry, anything else?
Oh, this is good, very good.
Anything else? Let's recap this, okay? What is a referral?
The client that gives you a specific name to a place of business with an in.
Okay,
There's 3 types of ends.
what are those 3 types of ends?
Tell so told me to come. Or I'll talk to them the next time I do business with them.
What's the best one?
Color text.
Followed directly behind with,
So it's upset.
okay. Do you run I'll tell, next time I see Joe Blow, I'll tell him that I work with you. Do you run those immediately?
No.
Why not?
You need time to-
You gotta have time to percolate, right? All right. On 3, how do you get a referral? 1, 2, 3.
Ask.
Rocket science, right? When do you run one? As soon as possible. How do you work one?
Depends on it.
Depends on the referral. Depends on the referral. Okay. Keep it short and simple, guys. Short and simple. The like, trust, buy. Like's already done. Trust is already done. Move on to the buy.
Do you do any kind of rapport? Kind of feel it out?
No, I don't. I mean, I kind of do. I went to one fire department. They had this really cool. Terry was with me on this one. They had this really. I'm like a ferret, man. Like for real. If I see, I like stuff I don't know about, right? So they had this cool deuce and a half. You know what a deuce and a half is? It's a army truck, big army truck, huge wheels, go anywhere. And they totally decked this thing out. It was a totally zombie apocalypse vehicle. And I was like, hey, chief. And I was like, so that thing's really cool. Can we go see that? And that's literally how it went. Didn't tell him my name, didn't tell him I just wanted to go see it. So we just started talking. 15 minutes later, I'm like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm Tommy. I work with Chief Dunn up there. He actually sent me down here. If I got to, yes. But if you don't have to, some people don't like rapport. What do you want? Why are you here? It's either a yes or no, and then you're done. And if it's a yes, but they don't like rapport, why try referral? You know, but that takes experience, right? You know, you got an it factor, Diana. Sometimes you got to reel in the it factor. You got to reel in the bubbly, awesome Diana, because believe it or not, some people don't like that, right? I used to think everybody liked me. Everybody thought Tommy was the funniest guy in the world. Just, you know, all this, I knew all this awesome things. Guess what? I ain't so cool, you know? Some people just don't like it. You just gotta know who you're talking to. So, anything else?
Good.
All right, so thank you.
No,
Refer
thank you.
refer back to your agency directors at all times. And make sure to put all your Epic data in.
God.
Thank you, Tom.